Hello and welcome to the Nerdic podcast, episode 191. This is Steve and Nerdic Smooth 80. It's late. I
I
can't
love your
shout.
NPR voice.
I
I
can't
love your
shout.
NPR voice.
I can't shout. It's very late at night. Hello Daniel. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. I like the voice.
Very
You need to
well.
keep it up the whole time.
Maybe. Because I got a very loud voice. Um, Welcome to the Nerdic podcast, where each and every week we talk about video game news. And what do we talk? Just our
Video
feelings.
games,
Video games. We're talking about our
food
feelings,
sometimes.
food.
Yeah.
I like food, evidently.
Yeah. I think we all do. Some
Evidently,
way.
like, them chins there, they're telling you I like food. Daniel, UK, how are you doing? Been a while. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen your
Yeah.
face.
I haven't been on a podcast. I was trying to look. I couldn't tell exactly which one we were on last together, but it's been a while.
I
It's been a
know,
few
yeah.
months probably.
My daughter took this career up in soccer, and it just clashes. But the sacrifices have come well. She's coming on really well, man. She plays for two football.
Good.
She plays for two teams now. She enjoys it. She was 11 on Tuesday, and she's still got a bad attitude.
That's yeah. It's just some people just have a bad attitude. You're right.
um, um, I missed you, man.
Yeah, I miss talking to you too.
Um, are you excited for Spider-Man?
Well, actually, actually you. Mario Wonder comes out that same day.
I'm
I'm
done.
playing Mario Wonder
I'm,
first,
I'm
baby.
done with
Come
this
on
big.
now. You
I'm
kidding me?
done. I'm done.
Playing Mario.
I hate you so much. Are you seriously gonna play Spider-Man? You gonna play Mario first? Yeah.
Oh, I'm not joking. I already played Spider-Man twice. I told that to Connor.
He's not wrong as well. You're not wrong.
Well, and then Connor came back and said, "Yeah, well, it's the same Mario game you've been playing since '85." So,
Damn right. You goddamn right.
yeah,
Have you
like,
you
you
start
know what?
Super,
You're right. You know
Super
what? You're
Mario
right.
World? Played it.
Yep.
It is. What does he say? What does Connor say?
He said it's been another busy week in the world of
In,
video games.
okay, you said it.
I did.
Story number one. We'll do it. We're
It's
doing these.
another sad story.
It's just honestly, guys, just buckle up, get yourself some Kleenex, and we're not doing it for the good times. We're doing it for the sad times because everybody's being let go. I can't find my thing. Story number one. Last of Us Studio Naughty Dog is cutting developers. Video game industry is facing. Like, I'm not gonna read this article. Basically, I'm just
You
gonna
don't
cut
have to read
straight.
the yeah.
I'm gonna cut to the chase. Like the video game landscape is awful at the moment.
Shifting.
Just
Yeah.
awful. Like people are letting go left, right, and center, and it's affecting the biggest of companies. Naughty Dog, some would say the creme de la creme. They're a lot of people would say, oh, they can't do nothing wrong, but I think it just shows you that companies like Naughty Dog can do. Is it Naughty Dog? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
so hesitant. It just shows that like companies like Naughty Dog can fuck up. I think unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna spice in real quick before you continue. Like, the on top of this layoff, they have iced. I think in quotes, iced the multiplayer for now. They put it on ice. So it's not. They're not continuing current development of it. And I guess they could come back to it. So that's probably has a lot to do with this layoff.
Yeah, of
Continue.
course. But the story coming out of it is people are not getting their severance. They've been told to keep quiet. Are they being told to keep quiet because it's got something to do with the multiplayer? It's weird because 2 years ago you got Neil Druckmann is like coming on big stage. He's like, yo, Jeff. Jeff's like, yo, Neil. And Neil's like, I got this to show you. And Jeff's like, let's see it. And then we get the concept art, and like people are talking about it, and we think it's going to be a big deal. And then all of a sudden we hear rumors of Bungie going, nah, and they're like, oh, I can imagine that meeting. But this is
Yeah.
Last of Us. And it's like this guy's got PowerPoint presentation. Some guys in the background playing like the beta, and like Bungie are like, nah, and they're like,
Yeah, it
oh,
seems like the rumor for the Bungie thing was they didn't have a lot of content planned that Bungie thought that they might need. So it seemed like it was kind of what the product was, and Bungie, if it to be a service game, Bungie was like, this is not gonna work out how you think it should. But yeah, I think this is interesting because you're right. This is a top. I don't know. I'll just make it an easy number. A top 10 developer in the industry. I think you'd probably say that for sure. Top 10, and it's like if they can't even like not lay people off, that says a lot.
it seems like it's no excuse. It just seems like something to do with the multiplayer side of things. Like two stories at the same time. Not a
Yeah.
story, but someone in on the inside or from with the scoop or whatever you want to call it. They've said, look, it's on ice, so that they've let go. What who they let go of? QA testers, people that are just constantly testing this game every day. Um, just at the end of the day, it don't matter about the game. It don't matter about any games that have just like it doesn't matter about any of these games. So like someone made someone wrote an article. Like, I don't know the name, but like someone wrote an article the worst year in video games, like for video games, because people are just being let go. Right, and it does
Well,
come
I
down
think
to
the thing of that article was it was like the best year for video games, but also the worst year or
yeah,
something. So it was the best
ridiculous.
for the games, but for the industry and
Oh,
like the developers, it's been the
it's
worst.
just
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's a shame because obviously these games are getting completed and then people are surplus to requirements, and it's unfortunately it's just business. And
Yeah, that's the same thing that we talked about last week with Epic
you know,
laying off,
someone learned.
all those people.
I remember I spent. I've been cooking for years. Like I've been cooking for a long time. Someone said to me like, "What? Why do you keep? Why are you so stressed out about it?" It's like, "Oh, I care." Someone said to me like, "Do you think they give a shit about you?" And I was like, "Well," he says, "You're just a number on a piece of paper." And there's a fine line of not giving a shit at work, but like, do your best at work, do what you're paid to do, and yeah, go above and beyond. But don't kill yourself doing it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you can't do it, some fucker else will. And like at the end of the day, you're just a number in all these companies. Neil Druckmann, just a number. Like it's just it's awful. And like these big billion corporations, every Apple, Epic, fucking Square Enix, all of them, no one gives a shit. And that's the saddest part about all of it. And there's people out there like that have to work contract to contract, travel the world, all right, I gotta move to London now because that's where I need to be. And then if they've got a family, right, we're going to London, or we're going to San Francisco, we're going here, we're going there. It's just
Yeah,
sad.
hopefully remote work
Oh, of course.
kind of deals with a lot of that, like I think from a lot of those people that got fired from Epic are here in North Carolina. Um, like there's not a lot of business here. I think Insomniac has a studio here. Um, Epic does, but
Just
like
mountains
there's not a
everywhere.
lot here. So yeah, well, I'm in the mountains, not everywhere, but I'm in the mountains. Um, but like remote work could help a lot of that. But yeah, a lot of these people do move to go work for some of these companies.
Um, Going back to the game, yeah. If it isn't what it if it. I just don't get why we don't just do another simplified version of Last of Us factions. Like it worked.
I just don't think we're getting a lot of regular multiplayer anymore. Like everyone wants this ongoing, forever going game that has constant updates and a battle pass, and it's just crazy. People can't just play a multiplayer just to play a multiplayer like we did back in the day. Like it's just not We used to just play the Call of Duty or the Halo and just play that, and that's what it was. And every now and then maybe we'd get some new maps or something, but like we're not constantly flooding content with new modes and maps and skins and all that. But yeah, I'm with you with it. Like factions could just be factions and not be a service game, you know.
Mm,
Like, but I mean, it just seems like they're done with it. Like they're saying they're putting it on ice, but I think it's just done. Maybe they'll use some of the assets from it that they've made, and put that into like not necessarily Last of Us 3, but if they do like a in between game, kind of like Lost Legacy, do something like that where it's just different characters but like a smaller project.
maybe we'll see, but it is a damn shame.
It
Story number
is.
two. Sony Pictures Core, formerly Bravia. I've been reading this all day. Bravia Core launches on PS5 and PS4 consoles. Exclusive benefits, including early access to select Sony films. So is this like a Games Pass for Sony for
It
film?
just seems like a subscription service. Like if you remember, we talked about on the show. I think we did it on the show a few years ago of Sony or PlayStation not selling or not doing videos on their like they don't have like a video thing anymore, which is a very weird choice, and I don't really think we knew why they were doing it. It seemed like they were just trying to build to like something new because Sony Pictures is a really big company, so they do a lot of content. So I don't know how good the content's going to be. How wide they can get all these different deals done and these different movies and TV shows, but I don't know. I'm probably not going to do this, but it's interesting.
Just reading it now, it just seems like the Amazon store on your PlayStation. It doesn't even like. It doesn't even seem
Yeah.
like you get you get films for free. It's just a way of, if you're a PlayStation Plus premium member, you'll get access to a catalog of 100 movies through the Sony Pictures Core app to stream demand. Looper, Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy, Elysium, Resident Evil. I don't know. It just seems just like an Amazon. It's like, like Amazon Prime. You get Amazon Prime, and you do get a few movies for free, but then the rest are like rental buy.
Well, yeah, it's when you get to the new stuff. Once you get to the new stuff on Amazon, you have to actually like, I'm gonna rent this movie. I think you can buy stuff through Amazon's Prime stuff. They do have a lot of like content that they make themselves and a lot of like deals and movies that are on Prime Video, but I don't know how far Sony's gonna take this. I don't know. We don't need more streaming services. That's just not. We already have too many. We have way too many.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, people could spend over £100 a month on just subscriptions
Yeah.
alone.
So more
I
than
mean, how
cable
much?
now.
How much do I? Yeah, exactly. I mean, how much do I spend now? Obviously, Games Pass.
Each one's like over 10, $15 now, right? They've
So
all gone up.
I mean, admittedly, like, I pay Games Pass is like what? Let's say £10 for Games Pass. WWE Network £10. And then Amazon Music was a tenner.
PSN.
Yeah, Natalie pays for that.
I'll
But
just
yeah,
throw it on there though. So
yeah.
that's already fifty
Mind
dollars
you,
right there.
yeah. And then I might allegedly might pay £10 a month for some other things,
Yeah, yeah.
which
I
is
mean, you can easily get up to 100.
crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But no, thank you, Sony. I will illegally download your films for free, allegedly. I don't give a fuck.
You just said you're gonna do it, then you said allegedly.
I didn't say nothing allegedly.
Okay.
What we got? We got to read through this. Lego Animal Crossing. That's it. That's all I need to say. Like,
There was not much. It was a teaser. They're
Lego
doing a
announces
partnership.
Nintendo collaboration is Animal Crossing. Look at these cute bastards. Look at them. Look
Yeah.
at them.
This is definitely for the kids, and they said they're gonna reveal more soon. It was like a 10-second video or something. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all they had. Which is interesting. I mean, Nintendo's already done Lego stuff. They've done uh the Mario stuff. So yeah, gonna just get more Nintendo and Lego crossover. And Animal Crossing makes sense. New Horizons was huge. It's a huge game, so gotta capitalize on that IP.
And then story number.
Four.
Oh, I know what this is. iRacing acquires NASCAR. You must know stuff about this for you to put in.
I just thought it was interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's not like super
Did you,
crazy, but
did you have a
iRacing is
roommate that's like fucking
yes,
his whole
yes,
bedroom's just a
yep.
car?
Not as much anymore, but he does. But it's a huge simulation racing game. I didn't really know how big it was until talking to him. But them doing a deal with NASCAR is interesting. So it's it sounds like they're just going to get the IP and all the racers and the tracks and things like that, and also be simulation. So that's going to be really cool. And iRacing is not on console, I don't think, right now. So them to do like an simulation NASCAR game on console is pretty cool. NASCAR is very popular, so yeah.
I just don't understand how it's popular.
I mean, people like cars and driving, so
Yeah, but it's just round and round and round and round a circle.
it is. It's more complicated than that, but yeah, it
Is
is.
it though?
It is. Yeah,
I don't see
there's a
it.
lot that goes into the driving of it.
I
It is
can drive.
not simple to do that. No, you cannot.
I can drive
At
around
those speeds, no, you cannot.
I mean, I didn't say at the speeds. I can drive around a
So
circle.
you're gonna go 40 miles an hour. These guys are flying 200
Yeah,
miles an hour past
that's
you.
the
You
speed
causing
limit.
wrecks. You were causing
I
wrecks.
am abiding by the law.
You could say that.
I'm gonna sneeze. Um,
That's pretty much it.
okay.
It's interesting that they're doing like we're actually going to get a different simulation racer with like a big license like that. We already have Forza and GT, Gran Turismo, so this would kind of try to compete, even though I think iRacing already does compete, just in its own way. But having the NASCAR IP could really help it.
So number five, announced today. CD Projekt Red has announced a live action Cyberpunk 2077 project, also known as Blade Runner.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we've had two movies already.
I've never
Yeah,
seen them.
I think
Never seen Blade Runner.
you should. I haven't seen the second one. I still need to watch that. Have you? Did you watch Edge Runners? I don't remember.
I watched every
Did you get
episode.
around to Edge Runners?
I watched
Okay.
every episode except for the last one.
No, you did not. You need
Honest
to
to God,
finish
yeah.
it.
I
You
know.
need to finish it.
I've done that with two
It's so
series now.
good.
2 series I've done it
It's
with.
so
Now.
good.
I did it
But
with.
like I'm very excited for this.
Um,
Uh Apparently the company that they're working with, I forget the name of it. If you have that story, you could tell me, but the company that they're working with does like a lot of effects and visual effects. I guess they did the in the Revenant. What was the name of that movie? Revenant? Can't even speak. Yeah, The Revenant. They did the Revenant's bear scene with Leo. So, like, they
I
they
love
know
that
how to
film.
do
Good movie that
yeah.
is.
I've not seen the whole movie.
You know, we
They
went to cinema to see it,
no.
and it's nothing that we'd ever
I wa
watch. We were just like, should we
yeah,
go
I
watch it?
wanted to.
It was really good.
It's got Tom Hardy and
Yeah,
Leo, like,
man.
that's awesome. Um, so I guess they did the bear scene, so, they're good at visual effects, and I wonder where this is going to be. Like, Netflix already did something with them, so it's like, this is gonna be a Netflix project? Like, is Netflix gonna back this? Or like, I wonder. I didn't see anything like that. Just this partnership with them. So yeah, maybe they could be in theaters. I don't know.
Are we? Is are they just trying to like capitalize on the goodwill now? Because they could never have announced this
I think they
2
have to
years ago.
now. Yeah.
Do you reckon this is something that's been like planned for a while?
Probably. But if you remember, Edge Runners, like they announced it, they were still not in the best of ways when Edge Runners was announced. Like they were like, we're gonna do this because like this IP is, there's a lot here, so we can tell a lot of cool stories, and this could just be another way to tell a lot of cool stories. There's a lot there.
I will say, I will say, playing this in Starfield is night and day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't mean for Starfield.
I, I don't know exactly. We haven't really gotten to talk about Starfield, but we can talk about that in a little bit. But
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with you. Like Cyberpunk, it's I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Where were you guys 3 years ago? Me and Connor were out here preaching this games. preaching about this game 3 years ago. It was on
I'd
our
like to.
top 10 list. It was very high on our top 10 list. We've been talking about this game for 3 years. This game has always been great, and they've done more to add to it, which is awesome. They've done some DLC, some
I w-
reworking of the perk system, and
uh,
all that. Reworking of some of the AI. This new DLC seems cool. I'm not gonna play it. I don't play DLC,
I'd like
but
to play this.
it seems cool. I kind of just want to watch what happens in the story, you know. But like, yeah,
Going,
Cyberpunk's awesome.
we'll talk in a minute. Yeah, Cyberpunk's great. Especially when I played it like 2 years later, so I think I got the better experience on the
Yeah,
PS5, and there's some really memorable stories and stuff. That one in the barn.
yeah. River, the cop,
Yeah,
when you do
he was that.
his missions. River is really cool. His story's really cool.
Turned me down, man. I was like, I love you. And
He turned you down.
he's like, nah. And I'm like, okay. Um, sorry for being unorganized. I am Telltale. Just, 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 just a, just, just doing it all over again. Just laying
This
off,
is an interesting
laying
story.
off the stuff.
Yeah. This is a hot story too, because we don't even have a lot of information here. So this is one of the developers that I saw. I don't remember their name.
J.
Said that
Jonah Johnson, Johannes,
J. Okay. He said that over
J.
this
Jonah
past
John,
month they've been J. Jonah Jameson.
something like that. He says this is a sore subject, but I feel it's necessary to add to the gaming layoff news. Telltale laid most of us off early September. Status of the Wolf Among Us 2, I can't say NDA.
Yeah,
Now, I focus on what matters to me, my own game. Do we ever see The Wolf Among Us?
I think we will. It's gonna be slowed, but they just recently did the Expanse show or the Expanse adaptation. I think that came out in July. So it's like that game came out, and then like a few months later, it didn't do as well as they thought, I guess, and then kind of laying some people off. It's like The Wolf Among Us got announced what 2 years ago for that season two or something like
I
that,
don't know.
2021, I think, or beginning of last year maybe. So it's been a long time, and we still haven't seen anything from it. Um, I I hope that we see it. Now I'm doubting myself. Um, yeah, we're gonna hear more about this story probably soon. And we're just going to keep hearing about all these layoffs. There's too many games out there, and if your game's not great, people aren't going to buy it, and we're going to see more shutdowns.
Yeah, it sucks. It's just been poor. Like, just seems to be every news story every day is layoffs, layoffs, and layoffs, which is awful. It's awful. Like, but going back to what I said, it's just I don't think it's ever going to change. Like, there's nothing. I think it's just the way that companies have to do their business. Like, you put so much money in, especially with video games, they cost more, which is now becoming a bit of more of an issue than normal.
I've been telling you about this for
Yeah,
how
I
long
knew
now?
you'd pipe up as well. um, but yeah, they're just costing more, and then you have to hire them up. And then what happens after what happens after you release the game? Like, you make your money, you divide it out equally, and then you have to cut because you're not making another game, and that
Well,
you
think
don't need
about it
these
like this.
people.
Think about the people that do. I always bring this one up because this is just something that is so early in game development. Is concept artists. You know, like when you start doing concept for the game, once you're kind of done and your job's done in pre-production, what are you doing with that concept artist? You know, are they moving on to the next project? Do you have multiple projects going? That's the best way to do it for a studio, but some are smaller and they can't do that. So it's like, all right, well, you're going to fire them. Maybe they're a contract worker and you just kind of let them go, or what? You're just going to fire them, and that's just how the job works. And they're going to go find some other game and do concept for that. But yeah, it's just how the industry works. They're only certain jobs in development are only happen at specific times. And like even some like main story writers, some of them are just doing the big beats and then they move on. They're writing something else. They're not always writing dialogue. They're writing the main plot.
Yeah,
Um,
look at Gary Whitta. Like he did something for Forspoken,
yeah,
and
he'd probably. I think he did the high
he did
concept
he
for
did
that
the yeah
story,
like
but
the
he
lore of
didn't do like
the
the lore or
story.
something.
He just did
So
the lore. I think he did, yeah, but yeah, we could it's good to talk about it, but it's something that we're always going to be talking about no matter what.
yeah,
I don't think it will ever change. Um,
it might get a
because
little bit better, but it's just something that's going to keep happening.
I think there's ways of doing it. Um, I don't know I suppose if you change the way games are made and how companies hire, and the people are hired on a contract, if that makes sense, or
Mhm.
this is your contract for 12 months, you'll find less and less people getting into games because they need structure. How can you plan a family on a 12-month contract? How can you plan
Yeah,
a
or just
life
plan
on
your
a
life.
yeah?
Yeah,
How can you plan a month? Oh, I'm working for 12 months guaranteed. Then what?
and then maybe 3 months where you're not right. Like you can't live like that.
Like, look at the me
You
this
know?
year. Like, I've not worked for
Yeah, a huge chunk.
for
Yeah,
60% of this year. I have not worked. Like, that is crazy.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's sad. Quickly, we'll talk about what we've been playing because I need to get some things off my chest.
Oh, please. I haven't talked to you about what you were playing for a few months, and I'm excited. You haven't actually even been on the show in about a
I know,
month now.
yeah. I
So
think what was I was talking to Connor. Wanna.
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I'm not really playing anything. I am, but
just a little
time,
bit. Yeah.
yeah, just with like my life, like I've just said about work, like my work, like I had planned for so long to do one thing, and now it's all changed again. So I'm just trying to like get my body adjusted. At the moment, I'm watching a lot of Saw. And Saw, got Saw. I got one
Okay.
more Saw to go, and then we're gonna go see the
When does
new
10
one.
come out?
It's already out.
Oh, did it come out this
I
last
think it
Friday?
came out last weekend, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So we've been watching all the Saws. So
It's a
I got
fun franchise.
you
It's
know
a very
what?
fun franchise.
Not as bad as you
They're
think.
not great, but the trilogy is good. I like one, two,
Yeah,
and three. And then you get to like once you get to the cop spoilers, you get to like that cop
yeah,
guy that's doing
yeah,
stuff. It gets really
yeah.
weird and like
What are you doing?
I feel like they kind of lose
Yeah.
the plot a little bit there. I don't know.
And then we
But
just
it's always
watched. What
fun,
did we watch? We just
you know.
watched Jigsaw.
Jigsaw's bad. It's a
Yeah,
bad
it's
one.
bad. It's a bad
It's not
movie.
good. Yeah.
But
Did you
then we
see
got
Spiral yet?
no. That's the one we've got to see. We haven't
Okay.
seen it, and that's supposed to be awful.
I won't say much. It's better than Jigsaw.
Oh right.
I'll say
So
that.
yeah,
It's
that's the
better
one
than
we got to
Jigsaw,
watch. We're
but
watching that tomorrow night,
okay.
and then we're gonna go watch Saw 10 Saturday night.
Seems to be reviewing fairly well for
Yeah,
that
it's supposed to be
series. So
quite highly reviewed.
yeah,
But yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Been playing Starfield. Not as much as I'd
I'm
like.
dabbling. I think I played like 2 hours
I
this
think
week. I
yeah, I
played
think we're
another
about the
game as
same.
well,
To be
but
fair, I think we're about the
I'm
same on like
about
Starfield, just not putting as many hours as
14
we
hours
thought.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably me too.
From
Yeah,
for me, it's not the game. It's just me
yeah, me
and
too. Yeah,
time. But
me too. Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah, about 14 hours or so. But then I'd need to hear your Starfield opinions,
I just
please.
I I so Natalie did this thing to me, which was awful. So I started playing Starfield, but she put Fallout 4 on,
Oh, okay.
and like she was like wandering around the wasteland and having a great time. And like for me, Starfield really struggles with being a planetary game. So you want to go to
Yeah,
different
constantly
planets.
bouncing, right?
I don't
Yeah,
like it. I don't. I
yeah. It slows the game a bit too much.
slows it down, and then like,
Yeah.
and they've got this like spaceship mechanic. I call it mechanic, and it doesn't need to be there. But why am I in this? Why have I got this boat? Why have I got
I
this
like some of
space? Yeah, but why
the
have I got it?
combat.
Why have I got the spaceship? I can fast travel to planet. I don't need the spaceship.
Well, you have to you can only do that if you've visited it before. So if you need to go to like a new place, you have to actually like
Yeah,
go
you
there.
set a
Then once you
course,
discover it, yeah, yeah, you set the course.
but you don't necessarily
But
like.
then you can fast travel.
You don't need to really travel back to your ship. It's just, I just, I'm just disappointed in it because it's not like No Man's Sky. You fly into the planet and land,
Yeah, but it's different. That game is just different, and how the game design itself is different because of
and
its
then
randomly generated stuff. It's
and
just
you
a
wanna
different
you
thing.
land on a planet, and then this was cause of contention even before the game came out, and you only get a certain amount of map, which is fair enough. I ain't got a problem with it at all. Um, and then obviously if you wanna explore the other side of the planet, you kind of have to like reload the game onto the other side, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've been playing the main story, because I don't know how to approach this game. I find the game flows. I was in Aquila. Aquila, and then I kept just walking past people, and then another mission would pop up, and I just kept doing missions on Aquila. Um, and that's where I was like, I'm into this now. But then I did all the missions that were available in Aquila, and then I had to go find another planet, and then the game slowed down again, and then I lost interest. But then I went to Neon, and then I did all the missions on that, and then the game started to pick up pace. And now, look at what I was doing now. But if I'm in one place in like a bustling city where it's like it feels live, like Aquila was like very much like an old western town, and then Neon's like very like neon lights, dodgy stuff's going on. Um, that's where Bethesda always thrives. They make a really nice lived in city. Um, but going back to comparison to other RPGs, like Bethesda's RPGs, they even to this Starfield, like when listen to the reviews, it's like sevens. I was like, it can't be a seven, and you play
It's a
it and you're
pretty
like,
high Metacritic still.
it's a seven. Like it is a seven because it's like, not like,
I don't think it's a 7, but
but like,
okay.
look, right. Let's do some roleplay. I need you
Okay.
to talk to me.
Okay. Click A on you.
Oh hi, you okay?
I'm great. I'm gonna walk around and look at you.
And then the NPC walks past.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just it's not
It
very
has its
immersive, is it?
problems, of course.
Yeah, of course it does. It has its charm as well. I'm not gonna sit
Yeah,
here
of
bit.
course.
Also, I don't know the game. I've not done any of the factions. I've got a very slight hint of what might happen with the Constellation main mission. I just don't have time to play it. Hopefully, I can sit down and play it soon.
Yeah.
But like
I
as
mean,
soon
we're
as
in
Spider
October
Man,
now.
yeah, as soon as Spider Man hits,
We got
it's
Alan Wake 2 coming out.
yeah.
Assassin's Creed just came out, or it's coming out.
Is it out?
Mario. Yeah, I think it comes out tomorrow.
As soon as Spider Man's out,
Spider-Man,
like
yeah. Spider-Man and
yeah.
Mario and Alan Wake within like the same week. That's crazy. I want to play all 3 of these games. What are you doing to me? You know?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Life's just it's just gone fast. It's just all of a sudden
Yeah.
it's been when did it come out? The 9th.
Starfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the
It was
9th.
like almost a month and I've like hardly touched it. And like don't even get me started on trying to play it on a PC.
Yeah.
Just won't let me play it. It will not let
No.
me do it. I allegedly illegally downloaded it and it played fine. But trying to download it off the Game Pass, nothing. It will not let me play it.
Weird.
And right, listen to this one before we go. Right. So I was on Twitter and I had Xbox support. So I was like, Xbox, look, this is what's happening. And all these like people are like, come to me. And they're like, oh, why don't you try this person on Instagram? He helped me fix it. So I was like, okay. And spoke to him and he was like, oh, and I'm not clued up, but I'm relatively clued up. And he goes, oh, I need it's a bug. I was like, right, I get that. Because I need to like um go reprogram it in the back end for it to work. And I was like, right. And I was like, he's like, oh, it's gonna cost you like 30 quid. And I was like, So you need to go into the mainframe to get into the Matrix. It was no, not. And I was just like, anyway. So obviously it's a con. Like it didn't work
Yeah.
like that.
He's
It
trying to get
doesn't
your
work like
money.
that.
Yeah.
So then I did it again. I did the Xbox support thing. I was like, look, this is not working. And then 5 people did the same thing, all bot accounts, leading me to another Instagram account
Hmm.
saying this person will fix it for you. Because this guy was like, oh, I'll do this. I was like, so you need to get into the Matrix. Because yeah, he's like, oh, I need to do this. So I was like, so you need to contract Trinity to contract Morpheus to get Neo into the Matrix. And he was
Yeah.
like, it just pissed me off. I just don't like, why is the world full of like con men?
And people just trying to make easy money.
It's
They can
like, and I
scam
was like,
easily.
I'm not stupid. Like, I know I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Because as daft as it sounds, I can get the game to play, but if I install it on a mechanical hard drive, so an older hard drive, not an SSD,
Yeah.
it
You
will
need an
work.
SSD, right?
But yeah, it won't. It will work, but like it will chug like fuck because it needs the
Yeah.
SSD. But every time I install it to the SSD I have got, which has got Windows on it, it won't work.
Hmm. It might just
Crazy.
be a problem with your SSD, not the game.
I know. I need to get one. What about you? What are you playing?
Is that all? Is that the only game you've been checking out?
I mean, I don't remember what came out before Starfield.
Have you checked out like Eliza P? Popped into that or anything, or
Nothing.
nothing else? Just Starfield.
What was before Starfield?
Starfield was September, so July was like Pikmin. There really wasn't a lot in July. We kind of had like a little bit of a drought there, ramping into Starfield. There was also Armored Core. I don't think you would have played Armored Core. I think it was the end of August. Yeah, you played Elden Ring, but I don't think you're gonna play Armored Core. I get we can go to me then. Yeah, I played just a very little bit more of the of Starfield. I've been doing the UC faction still. That faction just takes forever. This
Is
faction,
it?
I'm still doing this faction. Yeah, I thought it would end. I'm still doing this faction.
I'm
It feel
tempted to do
I
a
can see
faction
the
now.
end now. I think the UC one, like I was already on New Atlantis, so I was like, I'll just do this one. And it had me bouncing around and stuff, but uh, it's much longer than I thought it would be. I definitely see the end of it, but I took a little bit of a break from it. But yeah, they I had to like go and like find a bunch of people. That's without spoiling anything. That's kind of where I am. Like go help get some people and stuff. Um, yeah, still like it, still enjoy it. The combat, yeah, I like the combat more than most, but I still don't have like any of the powers or anything or whatever. But the game that took most of my time, which I think I put a few hours into, is Sea of Stars. Connor's been talking about playing it. He's not here today. He's sick. Maybe he beat it. He said he was going to beat it last weekend, so I'm not sure if he did. But Sea of Stars is awesome. This game is great. I'm glad that I picked it up. I need to continue it. It's super charming. Love the music and the art. It's beautiful. Like if you look at it too much, like they kind of have like where like some leaves will shimmer or something like that. And if you look at how they're doing the effect, it kind of breaks it just a bit. So you kind of don't be staring at the effect because you can kind of tell what they're doing. But it's beautiful how they did it. The pixel art's just like when you see good pixel art, like it's always impressive. Like pixel art just hits home for so many gamers, and there are some weird gamers that don't like pixel art, which I don't understand. Um, I also picked the girl, which Connor did. She's more of like the hard hitting character compared to the guy who's like a little like faster and stuff. Um, I don't really have much more to say about it because I'm not nearly as far as Connor. I definitely need to talk to him about where he is. Um, are you curious about Sea of Stars at all?
It
You
does look
seen
nice.
much
It
about this
does look
game?
nice. Yeah. It's just it's a case of just like there's too many games and like
There
time.
is so many
Too many games.
games. Yeah.
Like Zelda's ruined everything. because nothing's better than
It
Zelda.
did. It
Nothing's
did.
better than Zelda.
It ruined a lot. Yeah. Oh,
Like, I'm
there's
just
Hi-Fi Rush. We got a lot of the our game of the year this year. I think will be pretty interesting by the end of the year because like I mean we have Resident Evil 4 that we played this year. Uh, I mean Dead Space remake, Zelda. There's a lot there that I think we can talk about. Um, there's even some indie stuff like I've missed indies that I've wanted to check out. Like even simple things like Chia I've wanted to check out.
okay.
Um, yeah, like I think the biggest indie that I've gotten to really check out this year, I forced myself to is Coffee Talk 2. I had to play Coffee Talk 2 as much as I love the first one. But yeah, there's a few more indies out there that I wanted to check out, like Dredge and Dave the Diver, Pizza Tower. I've been wanting to play Pizza Tower for a while. Um, just haven't really had the time to check out all these indies, but I I definitely want to pop into more of them before the end of the year. I think December is going to be a good year. There's not a lot for me in December, so December might be. I'm going to pop into some of these games and check them out before we do our game of the year thing in um January.
I can't
You
believe
think
it.
you're even going to check out Sea of Stars at all,
I don't know. Let's
or
see. I
probably
mean,
not?
I probably will. I literally will just play Star. I'll play Spider-Man, Starfield, and that's. I don't know. That might
And
take me
that's
to the
yeah,
end of the year.
that take
Yeah,
up all
but
your
yeah,
time.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, because I'd love to have time. I'm very busy. Like even at the weekends now, like football, and then football. I don't know. I just don't
yeah,
have time anymore. Like I'm out
yeah.
Monday night. I'm out Monday night, Tuesday night. Like Wednesdays and Fridays are like quite quiet. Like it's sad, isn't it? I miss video games.
There's always games will always be there. Games will always
I
be there.
know. I just need to sit down and focus and play a game. I think
Yeah,
Saturday might be a good.
put some time into something. Yeah,
Mm. But yeah, a bit
and
of
that's
a
pretty
quiet
much.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of want to check out Assassin's Creed, but I might try to beat
Yeah,
Sea of
that does
Stars
sound quite
before.
interesting, Assassin's Creed. Like
Yeah,
listening to the review
I
today and I'm like, it sounds alright, you know.
I mean I love the series and like having me and Connor always talk about not having the new Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla like style RPG. So we want that old school. That's like this is what I've been asking for. I need to buy it just to like tell Ubisoft make more of this. I don't
Mm.
need. I want to stealth around and stealth hidden blade people. I don't want everyone to have. I don't want it to necessarily always be an RPG and have stats and like. I want to be able to one hit kill somebody in a bush and keep hiding and stealthing around. Like that's what I want to do, not just combat all the time. Like I think maybe this series could kind of have like best of both worlds. Like do both of them. Have like the RPG series be the spinoff or something or whatever, or do both. But yeah, I want to check out Assassin's Creed. Um, but I don't know if there's anything else. I think it's Assassin's Creed, Alan Wake, Mario, and Spider Man that I want to play in October. I don't think anything else is coming out.
Moth land.
Yeah. Is the Moth gonna play Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
And then I think Call of Duty in November, and that might be kind of it for me for the end of the year. Those kind of 5 games. Trying to think. Is there anything else I want to play? I don't think so. I mean, there's Mario RPG that I kind of want to check out, but that's something I can buy and wait. Um, yeah, that might be it for the end of the year. And other than those indie games, of course, that I want to check out.
I'd love to play. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind playing Alan Wake. I want to play that with Natalie.
Yeah, nice spooky game.
Mm.
Try to maybe play it around Halloween or something. A little
I'm
closer to
playing
Halloween.
Spider Man, man. Spider Man.
You will just be playing Spider-Man.
Just Spider
It's
Man. Like
true.
I will find time to play that game. I just can't believe it. Like I can't believe like number two's out.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Crazy.
gonna play Mario?
No,
You curious about Mario? Okay.
nope.
Sure.
I've got no
Okay.
wonder about Mario Wonder. I'm off just chilling. Um, that's a very short episode of the episode.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm extremely tired. for very long. I've had the worst day ever. Like
Hopefully the show made it
I
better.
had like such a bad day that like I was worried about driving home in case something bad happened. I was like, this day couldn't get any worse, and I didn't even say it out loud. I was like, best not say oh. This moth is just chilling out on my desk. Well,
Well, I think that'll do it for the show this week. Hopefully Connor will be back. He's sick. He's not feeling too good. That's a pretty big moth.
is it a moth or a butterfly?
That's not a butterfly. Doesn't look like a butterfly to me. There's a
It's
lot
a,
of different types of moths. There's actually more types of moths than butterflies. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, hopefully Connor will be back next week. He is sick. I think he has the flu. I mean, he's been sick a couple of times. He's had to miss a couple of episodes for being sick, but yeah, he should be back. Hopefully he beat Sea of Stars. He's probably playing something else. And knowing him, even being sick, he's probably going to play a little bit of something. Maybe watch some stuff, but he's probably playing something, I assume. Still, that is the best medicine: laying down and playing games.
right. Say goodbye, Daniel.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, Daniel.